Obviously, just what a great win for our guys. What a great win for our football team. We came obviously on the road here playing against a very good football team in Central Michigan. Coach McElwain's done a great job with this program. A lot of respect for him, but I'm proud of our guys in the locker room after the Toledo game. We talked about being more detailed, especially in the second half. We got a little bit sloppy, last week, and so that was a big point of emphasis all week long. The game ebbs and flows. It's like a heavyweight boxing match, and in the first and second quarter, you're playing and you're focusing on one play at a time. You start to learn who your opponent is, what his strengths are, what his weaknesses are. When you get in the third and fourth quarter, and it comes down to one of my one-on-one matchup, our guys were more detailed. They were more focused. Just proud of the effort. Proud of us coming on the road like this and playing our best football when it mattered the most. We knew what was at stake to stay in the winner's bracket, and the credit goes to our players. The credit goes to the seniors that have been around here, and they've endured a lot. They've endured some pain. They've endured some tough days, and I'm just proud of those guys, and they deserve the credit.
All right, we'll open it up for questions. Robbie, we'll go first.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, so, obviously a huge win for you guys. This is the first winning season now since 2013. I know there have been so many close games over the years where you guys could have kind of gotten over there. How gratifying is it just to know that at this point, you guys have secured a winning season?
I'm a firm believer there's just not any shortcuts in order to be successful. I know there were some tough days, the first few years, I know that. And I'm certainly proud of our guys for staying in there and staying by each other's side. We tried to promote positivity, try to continue to tell them that, hard work would pay off, and that some of the growing pains that we went through would ultimately pay off. And again, the credit goes to the players because they stuck here by each other's side. They continue to work hard in the weight room. They continue to work hard in the practice field. We made progress. I know it's not sometimes as fast as people would like it to be, and I understand that. We're in a results business, and lots, people want results now. And so I'm just proud of our guys for working extremely hard in the weight room, on the practice field, and staying by each other's side, because we continue to get better every day, and we continue to make strides in the right direction. And I'm just proud of our guys for continuing to just work hard. And it's a shortened season. We knew it's been a strange year, and we didn't have a lot of time to make sure that we were on the same page here. And really, you think about Tyler Stockton being the defensive coordinator here for the first time, and that's a tough hand to be dealt when you really don't have spring ball, you really don't have training camp. And I'm so proud of him and the job he's done, and Kevin Lynch for stepping in and doing what he's done, and Coach Doherty for continuing to lead the charge special teams wise. So it's again, but the credit certainly goes to the players, and I'm proud of the players, super proud of the staff for just the hard work and commitment level and staying by each other's side.
Yeah. And there's a lot of credit to go around today. But Drew Plitt, I think, had the best overall game of the season. How have you seen just his confidence grow, and especially in the past 2 weeks?
I know what he wants to get accomplished. You leave your mark on a program, that's by being a championship quarterback. And he's worked hard ever since he had the opportunity to take over here as a starting quarterback. He's worked so hard, day in, day out. He's a competitor, man. And, he and I, have some great moments together. And then he and I have some moments together where we both will share our passion, but then we both look at each other quickly and make sure the other guy knows how much the other one loves him. And so I thought he was awesome today. Some of the throws that he made, obviously, you could tell how hungry he was on the sideline, keeping the guys going and making sure that we moved on quickly to the next drive. And so he played a great game today, made some huge throws, and he stepped in, and a guy like Jalen McGoy, had his first opportunity there, and he trusted him enough to go win in those one-on-one situations, and he did a great job of coming down with it.
Yeah, and the last one for me, I know Caleb Huntley was he had his uniform on today, but was out again. What's his status kind of as you guys move into the last week of the season?
Yeah, just having a conversation with him this morning, after our meetings took place at the hotel, and nobody wants to play, any more than Caleb Huntley does. And he's frustrated. He's been in the training room around the clock, getting treatment, doing everything he possibly can to be on that field with his teammates. And so it's just the same approach. We're going to get back, just kind of keep taking it one day at a time. He went through pregame warm-up again today. We weren't sure, was he going to be able to give it a go? Was he not going to be able to give it a go? And so, but in saying that and him missing the game, he's so instrumental on the sideline and being so positive with his teammates and rooting them on and making sure the other running backs that are stepping in his absence are ready to go. And obviously does a great job of showing his confidence level in them on the sideline. So we're just going to keep attacking it, and hopefully we'll have him back in there, when we play Western next weekend.
All right, Jaron, we'll move on to your question.
Yeah, thanks, Brad. Coach, it's felt like your backs have been against the wall really since the loss to Miami in this 6-game slate. Has that kind of motivated you guys and challenged you guys to be perfect game in and game out?
No question. Obviously, it's a shortened season. The first game happened the way it did against Miami, but we knew then that Miami was in the East and the rest of our schedule would be the MAC West opponents. And so we still were in control of our own destiny leaving out of there that night. And so, our guys have had a great mindset. They've been focused every day when we moved on, following the previous game, and we'll enjoy the bus ride back here tonight, but we'll be on to Western Michigan as fast as we can be on to them tomorrow. And again, the credit goes to the guys for just, having that next, next man up mentality that, moving on to the next one. We're not done yet. The job's not done yet. And that's really been, the players have been so awesome of having that kind of mindset, as soon as this is over. And we had a great moment there singing our fight song together. Nothing's better than that. But we're on to the next one and can't wait to get back to Muncie and shift our focus to Western.
Last question for me. Jalen McGoy, obviously 3 catches today, 2 touchdowns. Were you expecting this of him, and what have you seen from him over the past 5 weeks to get to this point?
I'm just so proud of his hard work paying off for him. Obviously lots of credit goes to Justin and to Johans and Antoine, and he works so hard in practice and he wants to play. You see him in the meeting room by himself, studying tape, studying, the cut-ups, making sure he knows his assignment and he's ready to go when his number's called. And so for him to step up the way that he did today, man, I mean, that's, my hat is off to him, and I'm so proud of him for just continuing to work hard, knowing that, man, when my number's called, I'm going to be ready. And boy, was he ready. When you talk about 3 catches, 100 yards, 2 touchdowns, that's a pretty good stat line right there. And really proud of Jalen. Very emotional young man, and you can just see the how excited and how happy and how emotional he was there on the sideline, when he had those opportunities.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, Zach, your turn.
Coach, good to see you. I know it's been a while. First question I got for you, focusing on the offense a little bit here. Putting up 45 points and spreading the ball around as much as you did on offense today, how close would you say that your offense was to maybe having a complete game today?
Obviously when you're a competitor, man, I'm a competitor. And anytime we have a drive that doesn't end in points, then you can play better. And so that was my approach. We left some opportunities out there. I had some calls that, obviously was disappointed in myself, and I need to be better. But, you want to score points on every drive, every possession. You want to score a touchdown on every possession. And so I'm just, obviously my goal is always to try to get the ball in the hands of our playmakers, and we got a lot of them. And I don't like to just. It's not just about one guy. And when you have a team where they got to defend the whole field, all the receivers, the tight ends, the fullback, the running backs, when you got to defend everybody, that makes you more dangerous. And so we just got to keep growing and keep working on our own weaknesses. And that's what I'm proud of the guys about. We get back to practice field and we know we got to continue to work on our weaknesses.
So what was that like on the sidelines, just watching the amount of playmakers and weapons that you guys have offensively, and just the consistency of 10 in the first quarter, then 14, 7 more, and just keep going quarter by quarter like that the way you did?
Yeah, obviously we talked about playing a complete game, as you mentioned, and we want to play well, for 60 minutes, not 54, not three quarters. We want to play well for 60 minutes, and so sometimes when the game's going your way, you don't ever want somebody to think, well, we're going to get complacent here. Things are going well. We're just going to continue to do that. Every series is a new series. We found that out in the third quarter. We had a tough sled in there to get the third quarter started. Wasn't great, and then the guys battled back there, and we kind of regrouped, refocused, and started executing again at a high level. So, obviously, hard work and through the preparation, guys are doing a great job of really totally understanding how important it is to be obsessed with preparation. Preparation gives you confidence, and confidence certainly is tough to beat when you got 11 guys that are playing very confident football. That's tough to beat.
So you touched on it a little bit earlier, but I was wondering if you could go into a little more detail. Caleb Huntley obviously out now for a second game in a row, but with you guys performing offensively the way you have the last couple of weeks, what does that say about this offense? Like, obviously it's not just the one guy, but I was wondering if you could go into a little more detail on that.
Yeah, obviously we miss Caleb Huntley. He's a special player, and obviously he's had some unbelievable games for our program here, and certainly he's frustrated, being out the last couple of weeks. But again, when you're playing this sport, man, things like that will happen, and just making sure the next man is ready to go, and guys work extremely hard in practice. We compete, with each other in practice on a daily basis, and so when that happens, guys know, man, well, I got to step up my game here. Then more responsibility or more, more opportunities might come my way. And so you talk about Drew Plitt and obviously throwing the ball the way that we did today, a little, more than we had, earlier in the season when Caleb was in there. And so Drew stepped up and spread the ball around and did a great job of making some big time throws when we needed them the most. And then, obviously talked about the receiving core, and, Dylan Cook got in the end zone for the first time today, and Cody had some big catches there. And so just, obviously guys are stepping up whatever way that may be. If it's not through running the ball, then obviously, we'll control the ball with our short to intermediate passing game, and then take some shots when we have them down the field. And Drew did a great job of operating that.
So one more thing I got for you is what does having a game like this do for the mental side of the players going into essentially like a MAC West Division championship, if you will, next week?
Obviously from a confidence standpoint, our guys believe. And I think that's one thing that, early on in some of these guys' career, we had some tough losses that were really ugly. And you worry so early on in the process, you got to continue to try to build their confidence, knowing that, hey, man, some of the teams that we were losing to then and some of the scores, those were tough. And you worry certainly about, confidence. Are we going to be able to generate enough confidence to keep moving forward? And so when you're able to win a game like this on the road, our guys know and they believe that we have what it takes to be a championship football team. Now it's up to us delivering and playing our best football when it matters the most. And that's what, you work so hard to try to continue to get better at that in practice, game in, game out. And so our guys responded. They knew what was at stake today. Nobody blinked. They came out of the gates and certainly when you're having no fans too, you wonder, man, don't fall into the trap of being complacent. There's no noise. There's no nothing. We got to generate our own energy and juice. And it was good to see our guys get that done.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, Connor, got time for a couple questions from you?
Yeah, so, you guys begun the second half with, the interception from Plitt, and then probably not the way you wanted, but then, 3 straight touchdowns. I guess, how do you kind of just take that momentum and run with it, especially what you guys were able to do in the second half?
Again, I told our guys in the meeting at the hotel this morning before we left, man, you're going to get punched. You're going to punch them. That's going to go back and forth. But obviously once the game settles in, man, we got to be ready to go toe to toe, and we got to make sure that in the third quarter and the fourth quarter, when you're playing a lot of plays and you're getting tired and you're starting to wear down some, we still got to win our one-on-one matchups. And so in that in the third quarter and fourth quarter there, I thought guys were as focused as they were the whole game. And so again, just the credit goes to those guys for just continuing to believe, work hard. And we knew that, both teams, Central Michigan, Ball State, both had the exact same record, playing for the exact same thing. And it came down to who wants it the most. And our guys answered that question, for 4 quarters today, and I'm proud of them.
And then I guess, to see what the defense was able to do, talk a little bit about your pass rush and, some of the plays that they made and how that kind of set the tone for the defense.
Yep, we knew that's a big part of it for us. Obviously Anthony Ekpe delivered a game-winning sack last week on a 3-man rush where he caused a fumble, and we win the football game. And then today, our guys did a great job of getting after the quarterback when we had to. We had 2 interceptions there. Obviously, I know Coach Stockton will be upset. The defensive guys will be upset about the long run there, because if you just talk about what we were able to do defensively, they had 66 plays, 342 yards. You take away that 82-yard run there. You talk about playing a complete game. They're playing good against the run. Obviously, making some huge plays against the pass, getting sacks on the quarterback, getting interceptions. So, our guys know that defense wins championships. I'm an old quarterback, but defense wins championships. Every team I've been on that won a championship is because of the defense, and I've got that does not bother me at all to say that. And so our guys know that championship level defense. I thought last week and this week we showed some great championship defense when we needed it.
Great, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you guys. Have a great night.
All right, fellas, we got Bryce Cosby here. We'll just take questions for Bryce.
Bryce, thanks for joining us. We'll let Robbie go first with questions.
Can you hear me? All right. So I think, the focus for you guys, it looked like there was a big focus on getting pressure. Knowing that Central had a backup quarterback in, how much of a focus was that? Just getting pressure on the quarterback coming into today?
Yeah, it was definitely a big emphasis for us. At the beginning of the game, we were just sort of trying to get a feel of what they wanted to do offensively, but we knew that if they were going to try to sort of run the same scheme that they had ran all season with the backup, we were going to try to, like you said, send some pressure at him and see how he responds. And luckily it was good for us, and we were able to get some sacks and kind of get him rattled back there. And I think it definitely played in our favor.
Yeah, and you guys have been in one-score games the whole season outside of today. How big was a game like today, just for the confidence kind of moving forward, being able to pull ahead and stay ahead of a team like Central Michigan?
No, it was a great confidence boost. The emphasis at halftime was finish. Obviously we don't like to dwell on the past, but we were in a similar situation last year. We had them where we wanted at halftime, and we sort of just let them come back. So to finish the job, not only in terms of some of the close ones we've been in this year that we felt like shouldn't have been that close, but just dating back to last year, that same game, we sort of had them in the same position to finish and come out with the victory is definitely fulfilling for our team. But still more work to be done.
Yeah, what are you guys, I guess, taking away from this game defensively and looking to build on next week as you kind of get ready for Western Michigan?
Like I always say, it's always stuff that we can improve on. We're going to dive in on the film, see the things we need to fix and hone in on in terms of, we still gave up some pretty big plays throughout the game, but I thought it was a pretty solid outing. But like I said, it's always things that we can improve on. So we're just going to look at the film and work on our mistakes and fix us. That's the most important thing every week. And so back to the process.
For sure. And then the last one for me, this is now, you guys have secured the first winning season since 2013. Just how good does that feel? Just, knowing how close you guys have been just the past couple of years, like you said, kind of those close games.
No, it definitely feels great. Especially for all my guys that are seniors here. We've been through a lot. Probably hear us say that a lot, but only if you've been in our locker room and endured what we've kind of endured these past couple of years would you truly understand. So to be on the other side of the spectrum in terms of the win-loss category is definitely great, because you appreciate winning more when you've experienced losing to the to the extreme. 2017, we were pretty much getting blown out every week, and so to look at where we're at now, it's you appreciate it, and that's what we learned in 2017 is it's hard to win in college, and it's hard to come away with these victories, and like I said, there's still more work to do, but it's definitely a great feeling in terms of not only the whole team, but more specifically these seniors that stayed here and stuck it out together.
Sure. What was the locker room like kind of after today's game?
Pretty much the same. It's been, every week. Obviously, it's a lot of energy, a lot of excitement, because you're always going to celebrate winning because, they're hard to come by in college, like I said. But, it's sort of just the energy from everybody, like, we ain't done. It's still more work to do, and we ain't done yet. So it was we definitely savored the moment, and we're excited as I don't know what, but at the same time, we know this wasn't the end goal we wanted. So this goes hand in hand.
Thanks.
Zach, any questions?
Yeah, Bryce, I got a couple of things here for you. First and foremost, kind of looking at the game on the offensive side of the ball for you guys. What's it like as a defensive player on the sidelines, watching the offense go out there and put up points quarter after quarter and wind up with 45 on the day?
Yeah, when you battle against those guys all camp, all practice, some of the same stuff that they beat us in practice, you see it on the game. It's actually a great feeling because you know how potent they can be at times. We have weapons across the board. Obviously, you all seen what Jalen McGaw did today, and that's not really a surprise to anybody in the locker room. We all knew what he was capable of, and I think it was just about him proving it to himself. And he went out there and showed up big for us today, and it was definitely a great feeling, for me, looking at a young guy like that have a day like he did today. I think that'll do a lot for his confidence and show him that he can do more than compete at this level. He's definitely a talent to be reckoned with. And so when it comes to the offense, we definitely feed off their energy, and we try to do what we can on our end so they can feed off us. But it's safe to say we have a lot of weapons across the board, and it's a beautiful sight when our offense is grooving, to say the least.
The last thing I got for you is moving forward into next week. What does having a game like you did today do for the team from a confidence standpoint and from a mental standpoint going into a MAC West Division championship?
Yeah, I think the main thing is proving to ourselves that we're capable of finishing games, and when we play to the standard that we hold ourselves to, that good things can happen. And the main thing is just us getting back to our process and starting things back up tomorrow with recovery and looking over the film. But the main thing this does for us, it's definitely good for our confidence. But more importantly, it shows us that when we're all on the same accord and we're clicking on all cylinders, that be special teams, offense, defense, that we can compete with anybody. And I think we believe that as a team, and that's the most important thing is the energy in the locker room and how we look at things. So I think that the biggest thing is proving to ourselves that we can compete with anybody.
Thank you, Bryce.
Connor, any questions for Bryce?
Hey, Bryce. So I guess, scoring 45 points today, your largest margin of victory all season. How do you keep that momentum flowing all game and, not really lose control of it, I guess?
I think it starts with the talk on the sideline and, guys who are considered leaders, making sure that everyone stays on the same page and that we understand that we got to keep our foot on the gas at all times because not only college football, but especially in the MAC, crazy things happen. We're aware of that, especially the older guys that we consider leaders that are seniors in this program. We've seen it year by year, crazy things happen in this conference, and that's what makes it fun. And so, Coach Neu does a great job of emphasizing finish all throughout the week. And we just feed off that. He's our leader, and he does a great job of keeping everybody focused, making sure no getting off the beaten path. And yeah, like I said, it just starts with the leaders on the sideline, making sure that we stay locked in for all 4 quarters.
Your pass rush had a few big plays today. I mean, you finished with a sack. Making those types of plays, just what goes through your head, and how does it kind of, boost the team's morale, I guess?
Me being a secondary guy, when D-line or, linebackers, whoever's getting the pressure, when they're doing that, it makes our job super easy. And, we can't do anything without them. We go as they go. And so, when they get pressure, that rattles the quarterback and hopefully, it forces him into some tough decisions. And we was able to capitalize on a couple of those today. And so, when we're getting pressure on the quarterback, it makes your job as a DB way easier because, you understand that the quarterback doesn't have that much time today. And so, or have that much time back there. And so, it essentially just makes everybody's job on the defense harder, easier, especially on the back end. And so, it's a great feeling when you can get pressure on the quarterback. I think that's one of the keys to winning at this level.
And then I know we were kind of touching on it earlier, but, you being a senior on this team, not just for you, but, really for all of the guys, I mean, how much more special does that make this win?
Super, super special. To set out a goal and know that we have a chance to get that opportunity it's a great feeling because, I always revert back to this year, but 2017 was hard. We were all true freshmen out there and, it's safe to say we was taking a beat. People weren't really taking it easy on us. Nobody was really sparing us that year. And, that's when I learned how cutthroat college football is. So, to go from where we were at that point to where we are now, me being an older guy, going through what I've been through, you appreciate times like this because it's a lot of hard work, sweat, and tears that got us to this point. And like I said, we're not done, but we're definitely going to savor this one and be thankful. Thank God for this opportunity that we've been presented with.
Bryce, thank you very much. Congrats on the win.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Okay, last but not least, we got quarterback Drew Plitt.
Drew, welcome. Congrats on the big win today.
Thank you.
We'll start it off with questions from Robbie.
Yeah, Drew. Coming into today, you guys, you knew what was ahead of you. You guys knew you controlled your own destiny. What was the mentality like for you guys kind of pregame coming in? Did it feel different than maybe it has in the past?
No, for us, it was just another day, another chance to go out there and play the game we love, take advantage of every opportunity that we have. So that's what we did. We went out and executed. We played our game, and we had fun doing it.
For sure. And then I guess I think after your rushing touchdown there in the second quarter, the camera, at least on the TV broadcast, showed you on the sideline kind of smiling. How good did today feel for you and the guys?
Oh, for everybody, it was great. We were having fun. We were flying around. We were playing our game, moving the ball well offensively, and the defense was doing their thing, having our back, and special teams was great. So I think it was just all around good feeling. We felt good. Even with first time not having any fans in the stands, we brought our own energy, and that was a great thing for our team. Was we were rallied around ourselves, and we had fun doing it.
Yeah, and I think a big thing for you guys too has just been kind of. There's been so many close games. It's just been about finishing, and
yeah.
Today you guys really finished. What did it take just to kind of, press the gas pedal and not let go?
Yeah, we came in at halftime, and it was kind of a similar situation as we had last week. And then everybody talked about it was come out and 0-0 again. Come out flat, come out fast, fly around, and it didn't start out well in the third quarter, but we turned around, we made adjustments, and we did our thing. So that's what great teams do, and that's what we're doing right now.
For sure. And then I guess the last one for me, I know Jalen comes away with a couple touchdowns today. How cool is it just to? You guys have been spreading the ball around so well. How cool is it to see him kind of get his opportunity and make the most of it?
That was awesome to see. And back in camp, we knew he was a threat, especially deep with how fast he is. And to see him come down with two big catches today, and really the third on that third down early in the game, I think for him it was just a confidence booster. But we knew he could do it, and seeing him go out and make those plays was awesome. He almost teared up and cried on the sideline. He was so happy. But it was awesome to see and exciting for us because we've always said we have so many weapons from the beginning of camp, and it's true, and everybody's seeing it now.
I guess, from this game, just having the statement win like this,
Yeah.
What do you want to carry over, or how do you carry over this energy into next week?
Just getting back into work tomorrow. We talk about it all the time. Sunday is our day to look back on this game, learn from it, and move on. And that's what we got to do tomorrow is move on to the next game because Western's a tough team. They always are. So it's going to be a huge game for us at Ball State. It's going to be at home. So we got to go out and do everything we can. That mindset, DOB, that's just what it is. That's how we live. So that's all it is.
Yeah, I guess the last thing for me, you guys and all the seniors have been through tough losses over the years. To be able to finish, no matter what happens with the winning record this year, just how gratifying is that for you?
For us, this is the DOB mindset, is that they're winning record or not. The only thing we want is a MAC championship, and that's all it is. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're trying to accomplish.
Thanks, Drew.
We'll go with questions from Zach.
Yeah, Drew, I got a couple things here for you. First and foremost, earlier when Coach was in here, he talked about how anytime that one of your offensive drives doesn't end in points, there's always room to obviously get better. But from your perspective, scoring 45 points, spreading the ball around as much as you did, how close would you say today was to having like a complete offensive game?
In the third quarter, we came out a little slow. So I think that we're still a ways away. We're still about a quarter away. We played about 3 quarters today, and I think we still even left a lot of plays out there late in the second half. We had that fumble recovery on the kickoff. We had a chance there. 2 missed throws by me, but like I said, we left a lot of points. So I'd say we're close, but we're still not there yet. And 45 points for us isn't enough. We can put up 60 every game if we want. It's really just a mindset for us.
So obviously this is now the second game in a row that Caleb hasn't been able to be out there with you guys. But what does that say about this offense now that 2 games in a row you've been without Caleb, but also you've been able to put up these kinds of offensive numbers 2 weeks in a row?
Yeah, Caleb's a great player, and I know it's eating at him that he can't play, but he's going to do what he can to play this week, and if not, we'll do the same thing. It's that next man up mentality and the fact that we have so many weapons all over. Will and Ty have done a great job stepping into that role, and even Donnie too, getting a couple carries. But the guys have really just stepped up in major ways. And tonight it was Jalen with his 3 catches for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. That was huge. But that's how it is. We have so many weapons, and it's next man up mentality.
So the last thing I got here for you is just moving forward into next week. What does having a game like today do for the players from a mental standpoint, from a confidence standpoint, moving into a MAC West Division championship, if you will?
Yeah, it just solidifies the fact that we are capable of putting up points. We're capable of playing 4 quarters, but we know that we have to come out every day and work for that. And that's not just on game day. That's tomorrow. That's our off day. That's every day in practice. We got to work for starting practice strong and finish practice strong, because that translates to the game starting strong and finishing strong. So, it's a huge confidence booster, but it's just a reality that we knew we could do it, and now we know we can.
Thanks, Drew.
Connor, would you like to round us off today?
Yeah, I guess, Drew, you were kind of just saying how there were points during the game where, you guys could have, maybe had a little bit more composure, but still being able to put up, 45 points, I guess. How do you just keep that momentum flowing all game, if you will?
Yeah, it's just confidence. Seeing guys make plays left and right, seeing the defense hold their own, it's huge for us. It takes a little bit of a burden off of us when your defense is making stops and getting turnovers with the 2 picks that they had. I think it's just the confidence. A whole team is playing well. Everybody's kind of flowing, and the momentum's just there. You don't have to look for it. You don't have to try to find it. It's just always there. So tonight, that's what we had, and carrying it over in the next game is going to be huge.
And, I know we were just kind of talking. You guys got one last game left against Western Michigan. But, knowing that you're going to, this is the first season since 2013 that you guys are going to finish over 500. You've been on this team for a while. I guess getting this win, just what does it mean to you personally?
We've went through a lot of tough times. And like I said earlier, our mindset is DOB. So we're expecting 2 more games and no less, and possibly 3, but 2 more games. And, we have to take care of business this Saturday coming up in order to get there. But, everything that's happened in the past is over with. Can't change it now. So we just got to look forward to live in the present and look forward to the next game.
All right. Thank you, Drew. And congrats on the win today. Have
Thank
safe
you.
travels
Thanks,
back to
guys.
Muncie.
Drew.
Thanks.